Do you think you could teach me how to do that? How to tie flies? Yeah. So sometimes I put teaching videos on my channel, like little short videos. Um, I need to start putting more though. First, first transgender fishing stream you've ever seen. That's hilarious. I'm definitely not a transgender. I'm not confused. Um, what's up, Mason? Thank y'all for watching, everybody. Just doing a little bit different stuff than I normally do tonight. Just doing like some baitfish style flies. Thank y'all, everybody. Thank you for the thumbs ups, y'all. Let's say just tying a little bit different than I normally tie tonight. Just making some bait fish. I was gonna do a bunch of offshore flies. I was wanting to go do some tuna, some offshore tuna, but I was asking around, and it's kind of calmed down. So I'm probably not going to be going. I don't want to go, you know, 20 miles out to catch them. So if they were still close in, I'd probably go do some offshore tuna, but I do not want to go way out. Um, Thank y'all for watching, everybody. What am I going to do for Valentine's Day? I don't know. Depends on if I'm booked or not. If I got a fish or not. Dang it. A lot of times I'm fishing on holidays. What's up, Owen? What am I making? I'm tying flies, y'all. A lot of times on days like I wasn't booked today, but so I try to do something. Try to do something useful, like tie some flies or something. So I feel like I'm doing something productive. What's up, Shamanda? We'll tie some different flies, y'all. I'm just tying a bunch of random kind of offshore but kind of near shore flies. That's just a very simple fly to tie, y'all. That's really nothing to that one. It's just real simple, but we're about to tie some more stuff. We're gonna tie some bait fish. Thank y'all for watching, everybody. All right, let's grab. Grab some material and do some little bit of offshore. I mean, not offshore, but kind of offshore / near shore flies. Just grabbing some material, y'all. Also gonna change out my thread real quick. Maybe. And we're gonna tie some bait fish. Some bait fish style flies. All right, I'm gonna swap out my thread real quick. We're gonna do some bait fish style flies, y'all. Thank y'all for watching, everybody. Thanks, Owen, for putting that video up. Yeah, I just released a new video, I think yesterday, y'all. A new fishing video. It was from this past few days on a redfish charter. We did really good. Actually, the guys fished with me for 4 days. The first 2 days, the wind was blowing like 20, 25 miles an hour. We still caught fish those 2 days. But the second 2 days, when we had calm winds, we really smoked them. We did really good. So that video is from these past couple of days. All right, y'all, about to tie some bait fish. About to tie some bait fish flies, y'all. All right, here we go. All right, I'm gonna put a little bit of thread on here, and then I'm gonna add a little bit of lead wire to this just to give it a little bit of weight. All right, so this right here is lead wire. I'm just gonna add a little bit to the fly. Just to since this is a bait fish fly, I'm not gonna add like a traditional dumbbell eye or something to it. All right. All right, y'all. So now we're going to, I'm just going to kind of wrap over that lead that I just put on there. And we're going to start these flies. I actually start from the back and I layer these flies going forward. So we're going to start from the back of the fly and kind of build the fly forward. I'm going to add just a tiny bit of glue to that lead just to help hold it on the eye. And we'll start tying it. All right. So on a bait fish, a lot of times the bottom of a fish is like a lighter color. The top of a fish is like the more colorful part. So on the bottom we're gonna do some white. This is this crafting fur, and on the top we'll do the colors. So you layer this fly. You build it in like layers. So I'm just taking a chunk of crafting fur right here. And I'm going to turn the fly over because this is going to be the bottom. And obviously you have the hook right here. So you're going to take your material and split it like that, and put it around the hook. All right. We'll go ahead and cut off this excess. All right, now go ahead and take some blue because we're gonna make the top of this fish blue. So I got some blue crafting fur. Just bought this today just so I could tie these tonight. Again, we'll cut off this excess. All right, now we're going to do the same thing, except we're going to face the material forward. So we're going to take our white, cut off another chunk of white. We're going to lay it on here, but we're going to face it forward. Go ahead and cut off that little bit of excess. We'll turn it over and do the same thing with the blue. We're going to face the blue forward. Wrap it. Oh, that's awesome, Owen. All right, now we're going to take a straw. We're going to push this back. Again, we're going to split the white. We're going to split the white. We're going to take a straw. That just help hold it back if you grab a straw. Now we're going to do like a little bit of a thread dam right here. Just doing a little bit of a thread dam to keep it pushed back. I don't know if y'all can, let me get y'all where y'all can see the colors better. All right. Now we're going to keep going, y'all. Like I said, you just layer this fly, starting from the back and work your way forward. We're gonna add some flashing in a little bit to it to give it some shine and stuff. But I'm gonna do another layer of blue and white, and then I will add some shiny to it. Thank y'all for watching, everybody. Thank you, Owen. And y'all, I don't just tie flies. I'm a fishing guide down here in Louisiana. So if y'all ever want to book a trip, I do fly fishing and spinning rod fishing. Of course, fly fishing is what I really love to do, but I do both. So if you want to book a trip, you can go on my website. It's on the homepage of my YouTube channel. It's louisianaonthefly.com. You can go in there, send me a message, and we can book a trip. All right, we're going to do the same thing with the white again. Again, since you have the hook on this side, we're going to kind of split the white. All right. I don't know if you can tell, it's kind of coming together in the shape of a fish already. And when it's in the water, it just kind of flows backwards and looks like a fish. All right, we're gonna add a little bit of shine to the fly now. What? What's my bucket on the fly? What you mean? Like what's my bucket list? I really want to catch some tuna on the fly, but I was gonna try to go probably Friday, but I heard they're it's kind of slowed down. So, all right, y'all. So I'm gonna take some blue shine right here, some blue flashing. I'll cut the excess off of this right here whenever I get done tying the fly. Right now, just let it stay like that because I'm going to add more blue to it. All right, now we're going to do the same things we've been doing. We're going to go forwards with the material. My biggest redfish on fly is 44 inches. That's my biggest one. I've had clients catch them. I've had clients catch 48 inches. I've never caught one over 44. Now on spinning rod, my biggest redfish was 47 inches. But like I said, I've had clients catch them on fly 48 inches. Last year we had two 48 inchers about a week apart on fly. We catch them all the time over 40 inches. I mean it's just regular. That's a regular occurrence down here to catch them over 40. Just building a thread dam right here. Um, you watched your grandpa make flies. That's awesome, y'all. Give it a little hair, little brush his hair a little bit. Thank y'all for watching, everybody. If y'all are watching, if y'all would please subscribe. I'm trying to get to like 10,000 subscribers, hopefully by May. I mean, so I need about a little over 3,000 more before then. I think we can do it as long as I keep, putting out content all the time. But that's what I'm going for. All right, we're gonna do the same thing we've been doing. We're gonna layer another blue. We're gonna do one more blue and one more white backwards the normal way. Then we'll do one more forward of each color, and then we will be almost done with this fly. I could probably just about get away with just doing the forward. I think if I want to do that or not. Yeah, we'll just do one more forward of each. I think I can get away with it. I think I got enough space. So we'll do that. Actually, no, I'm not going to do that. I talked myself out of it. All right, we're going to flip this over and do another white. Again, we're going to split the white to go around the hook. Let's see. All right. We're going to do one blue forward, one white forward, then we'll tie it off and we'll add an eyeball to it. We'll give it an eye on each side. All right, let's add a white. and we will be just about done with this fly. These flies are a little more time consuming than, you know, just tying a quick redfish fly. Just because of how you have to layer them. All right, now we're going to use a straw, push this back. And then build a thread dam. Thank y'all for watching, everybody. I'm just snipping off some of this. All right, we're gonna tie this off. Y'all, my desk is already a wreck, and I've only tied 2 flies. I got little materials flying everywhere and sticking to everything. All right. Let's tie this off. We're going to put some eyeballs on here. All right. We're going to put some glue around this thread. Okay. Now we'll dry that thread with a ultraviolet light. All right, now we're going to add some eyeballs to it to make it look more fishy. Just give me a little haircut, y'all. I mean, a little hair brushing. All right, let's add some eyeballs. All right, so these are self-adhesive, but I still like to add a drop of glue. So although these are self-adhesive, I still add a drop of glue to it. And then I'm going to put them in the center between the blue and the white. See a little eyeball in there? So I'm going to dry that real quick, but then we're going to add a little bit of glue. Just to help hold those eyeballs on there. Thank y'all for watching, everybody. If y'all are new to the channel, please subscribe. Really trying to get up to like about 10,000 subscribers. That's my goal. All right, we're going to add just a little bit of glue around these eyes. And then we'll hit that with an ultraviolet light. Oh, thank you, Owen. Thank you, thank you. Almost done. These flies are just time consuming. They take a while to make. Okay. Now I'm just going to clean up any little thread that I see. All right, y'all. Now you can kind of see the shape of the bait fish. So when this is in the water, it'll flow backwards like that, making a bait fish, y'all. I weighted it a little bit with some lead. I see. You gone, traveler? I didn't even know you were here, man. All right. So there we go, y'all. We'll tie something else. All right. All right, y'all. We'll tie something else. I actually want to do some topwater flies. So we'll knock out some topwater flies. Actually, I can probably leave. Some else. Nah, I'll leave some of the crafting fur out. I'll leave some of the crafting fur out for the topwater flies. Some tips on finding bull reds during the summer. During the summer, I go out towards. During the summer, I go out more towards the Gulf, and I'll fish the edges of the Gulf. You know, the islands along the Gulf. I'll go out there because the bull reds usually, like right now, you can catch bull reds. Like the other day, we were catching them literally 10 minutes from the launch. I mean, right now you can still catch them, you know, but as it starts heating up, especially, you know, like down here in Louisiana, late April or May, when it starts getting hot, those bull reds are going to push out towards the edge of the Gulf, and they'll be along the beaches and along the islands out there along the edge, and that's basically it, man. Go out there and same thing you do fishing for them the rest of the time, you know, just go out there and hit the beaches and that shallow stuff out there along the Gulf, and you know, you'll be able to catch those big bulls. And then of course, starting down here in Louisiana, usually starting August, or actually starting late July, they will start transitioning back into the marsh again. But when I say back in, they're not going to go all the way up to, like, you know, to the highway, you know, like to the very beginning of the marsh. They're going to go into the bays and stuff. Like usually the first set of bay, so you got the Gulf, and then you'll have some islands. And then after that, you'll have some bays before you start getting the marsh. They're going to start transitioning into those bays in about 3 to 5 feet of water to spawn. So from August till October, they're normally spawning, but of course, we catch spawning reds sometimes all the way in December, you know. So, but they're going to move back into those bays to spawn during, you know, starting like late July, and that's when you can really get on a ton of big ones. The most we ever had in one day, we had 32 bull reds in one day between 37 and 42 inches. We actually left and quit fishing because it was ridiculous. The guys were taking a towel and putting ice in it and wrapping their wrists up with ice because catching all those big fish. So after 32, we called it a day. And that was during August. That was August. We did all that. In fact, there's a video on my YouTube channel. I think it says something like Alabama boys for fishing with Alabama boys or something. So if you look on my channel on the videos of last year, you'll see that video. All right, y'all. I'm some top water flies. Let's knock out some top water. I kind of went through and my stuff's kind of a wreck. It always is, really, but I was looking for something very specific before I started tying, and I kind of just threw stuff everywhere. All right, y'all, let's tie some topwater flies. I'm gonna change my thread out real quick. I'm gonna change out my thread. We're gonna do some topwater flies. I think I got enough basics right here to start. We'll start with that. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Is that Cullen O'Brien? You are welcome. There's a lot of guides won't tell you, you know, little secrets and stuff. But I'll literally drop a pin. I'll be out there on the water fishing, and I'll drop a pin to my other guide buddies and be like, "Hey, come over here," because I'm smoking them, you know. So a lot of people won't do that, but I don't really mind helping people. Just threading up some new thread, y'all. We're gonna do like a little light brown kind of thread because I'm gonna do some topwater flies. All right, let's get going. Topwater flies, here we go. So I'm just using a Gamakatsu B10S hook right here. If I can get it on my thing good. All right. I think first we'll go with like a lighter color fly. I'm just going to use the crafting fur because I had it out. You can also use like deer hair, stuff like that. But I'm just going to use some crafting fur because it's really easy. I am going to give the crafting fur some black stripes, kind of like a shrimp, make it kind of shrimpy looking. All right, I'm going to add a little bit of shine. Let me find some. All right. I'm going to add a little bit of pearl shine to start with. A little pearl color shine. We're just making a topwater fly, y'all. Basically a gurgler. Thank y'all for watching. If y'all are new to the channel, please, please, please subscribe. All right, I'm gonna add a little bit of pink to that also. All right. Need a little sip of green tea, y'all. Okay, now I'm going to take the body of the shrimp fly. And these just look like little shrimp. All right. I'm going to add a little bit of chenille right here, real quick. Just to give it some color. All right, now I'm going to take a white feather or whatever color I decide on. I'm going to wrap it around right here. me see. Yeah, we can do a white on this one. You can basically, on these topwater gurglers, y'all, I make all kinds of colors, you know. Some of them are more natural, some of them are not, but on the gurgler, you know how it is with topwater. They're really going to be going after the action more than anything. All right, I'm going to cut off this thick part of the feather. All right, see you later, Owen. Dang it. I hate when my little clip comes off my feather. It happens all the time, but I hate when it does that. This part don't really matter, but I ain't gonna worry about it. Don't really matter. All right, take my shrimp body. All right, now we'll tie this off, and then I'm just going to add a little bit of coloring to this. All right, just going to add a little bit of glue. Sometimes I'll accidentally cover the eye of the hook with a little bit of glue, but if you do, when you get out there to go fishing, just take another hook and stab it through the eye. It'll be fine. Just like I think I did it on this one. Even though I poked it, I think I still did it. Yeah. Sorry, I got fly tying materials flying all up my face. Nothing to it, y'all. Just a quick little topwater fly. This little lip right here, it catches the water whenever you're stripping, and it squirts water in front of the fly. That's basically it. Now the fish are never going to see the top part right here, but if you want, you can do like little designs on it. Even though the fish aren't going to see it, you know, you can do little designs on it and stuff. But like I said, the fish are never going to see that. But if you want to do it just to make it look cool, you can do that. The fish won't ever see it, but you know. You can do it to make it look cool. Alright. I'm gonna knock another one of those out, except I'm gonna do some chartreuse on it. Thread base, just about halfway down the hook. I'm gonna do some chartreuse crafting fur. If y'all are new to the channel, please subscribe. I do regular fishing videos also. I just had a new video come out yesterday. So make sure y'all check out my regular videos, y'all. Alright, I'm gonna throw some chartreuse flashing on here. Okay. We'll throw a little bit of chartreuse chenille in there. Then we use a piece of white foam on this one. So I'm going to go ahead and grab some foam right here. This one it's the 2mm, but they come in like 2 and 3. Now I'm going to cut the foam into the shape of a paddle. So I'm going to have a thin end. And go up to a thicker end like that. Now all I'm doing is just getting a measurement. All right. Can you turn the camera around and show me the desk? No, I'm not gonna do that. It's pretty messy, I can tell you that. And I am a computer nerd, y'all. I've had a technology business back in the day. I used to have a store. I've done IT for major law enforcement agency and other companies or whatever. So I'm a computer nerd, so I can tell you my computer is pretty bad to the bone. But I built it mostly for editing, but of course it's got the power to do whatever. But my computer is pretty bad to the bone, I tell you that. All right. But it's a wreck, from Time Flies. Every night I get through time flies, I put all this stuff up and clean my desk off. All right. All right. All right, see you later, Owen. Dang it, my thread broke. I think it's gonna be fine though. Yeah. All right, y'all. That's 4 flies. I think that's gonna be about it for tonight. So we started off. We tied this right here. It's a small version of a big offshore fly. This is just a small version of it. I was gonna do a bunch of offshore flies tonight, but I think the tuna's kind of went away already because I really want to go tuna fishing Friday. But there's a bigger version of this you can tie. But we started off with that. Very simple, nothing to it. It's, you cast it to a bunch of schooling fish, they're gonna eat it. Then we tied this right here, little baitfish fly. Tied that. And then we tied 2 different topwaters. This one's a little more shrimpy looking right here. And this one, it's just got some chartreuse and white, a couple of topwater flies. But I think that's gonna be it for tonight, y'all. It's like 10 o'clock. That's usually when I cut it off. So thank y'all for watching, and please subscribe and stuff. Thank y'all.